Hello everyone, welcome to the Hindu editorial reading program presenting by Diction Addiction. Today's Hindu editorial title is Aiding Afghans on G20 meeting on Afghanistan. At meeting of countries with the world highest GDPs, the G20, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about the looming humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan, especially as winter nears. He also called for the international community to provide Afghanistan with immediate and unhindered access to humanitarian assistance. The meeting came as the UNHCR published a new appeal for funds with a report that half of the population, more than 20 million people, are in need of life-saving humanitarian assistance. And the UN has received only 35% of funds needed for its relief operations. As a result of the Taliban takeover, most direct aid to the Afghan government has dried up. Its reserves have been frozen by the US, making it impossible for salaries to be paid. The Taliban government's refusal to allow women to work and its stopping girls from schooling have made the situation more dire. While recognition of the Taliban and any governmental engagement is a long way off, the world is faced with a stark of choice on how to ensure Afghanistan does not suffer further. At the summit, the European Union committed 1.15 US billion dollars for Afghanistan and neighboring countries where refugees have fled, while other countries, including the US and China, pledged $1.1 billion at donor conference in Geneva last month. India has not announced any monetary or food assistance. The PM words are welcome sign that government remains seized of the welfare of ordinary Afghans, even as New Delhi has closed its embassy but maintains only a limited exchange with Taliban officials in Doha. Given the manner of Taliban's takeover in August, with the support from Pakistan, maintaining links with the terror groups, including those that target India, leaves the government hard put to increase its engagement or send aid directly to the new regime. But India could contribute to international agencies that are working with the displaced Afghans, particularly for about 1 million children at the risk of starvation. It could also help Iran and other Central Asian states that are housing refugees with monetary assistance. The government could also consider liberalizing its visa regime for Afghans, which at the moment has cancelled all prior visas to Afghan nationals and is releasing very few e-visas for Afghans desperate to travel here. As a goodwill gesture, India could once again send food aid, including wheat, grain, fortified biscuits, and other packaged food directly to Kabul. Clearly, the imperative to act is now at what the UN Secretary General has called a make or break movement for Afghan people, and to heed the warning that if the international community, which includes regional leaders like India, does not help stop the unfolding humanitarian crisis, not only Afghan, but also the rest of the world will pay heavy price. This is today's article. If you see, we all witness what is happening in the Afghanistan. Taliban government has taken over the Taliban have taken over the Afghanistan in August, and followed by the crisis we are witnessing. And as article said, in the next generation, almost 1 million children are at the risk of starvation. So it is a responsibility of the world to save them from that risk. Once you save them, and obviously next generation would be there. Otherwise, they'll be at endangered position. And if you see, only way to continue support is not directly giving to the Taliban regime. Instead of that, you can give to the international agencies which are operating from the Taliban land, so that we can help the people of Taliban to overcome this crisis. Thank you all for listening.